Boys, girls, all my travelholics out there, welcome back to Other Robert. I'm Joe, joined here by
Well, Robert, of course.
the Robert, another Robert, and I'm the other, another Robert, and together, Other Robert. And this is The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 11. What'd you think?
I like Dwight a lot. Dwight is pretty.
You,
I
you
enjoy
like
Dwight.
Dwight a lot.
I like the writing of a Dwight, and I think Eugene is hysterical, and I feel really bad for him.
See, that's interesting that you said you like Dwight, because I was conflicted, right? The writing for this character, it's kind of hard as a viewer to kind of invest in him fully because every time you feel like you feel for him, he does something that kind of retracts that, right? And we saw that at the end of the episode.
Yeah, but
And
it's kind of like you got a like love-hate relationship, I would say, with him.
yeah, and that's I think that is a testament for the writing. I think the writing for the character alone, let alone this episode, but really just for the character has been strong because they've reached that point with them where it's conflicted. It's very back and forth. Do you love him or do you hate him? I think there was no exception here. I think you're starting to feel for him more, but then he goes and does that at the end. Strong episode. I definitely thought this was a strong episode. I thought this was better than the Daryl episode we had in the first half of the season where he was at the sanctuary.
Yep.
I thought Eugene's introduction was a little bit more interesting.
Yes, I have to say he makes me laugh, and I also feel really bad for him. And he's kind of a liar, as we know, but I like that he lives the gimmick of being the liar.
Oh,
and he even gets
he loves it.
what
He loves it.
no. Negan's wives to side with them, but then they like don't side with them at the end, and he even has Negan on his side somewhat. So it's crazy.
Yeah, it was interesting to see how quickly he fit in, right? I mean, we don't know how much time went by in this episode. I'm assuming not long.
I feel like a day or two, maybe a couple days.
Yeah, but he felt like he fit in right away. And is that from the marketing, right? We've talked about this before, and I said this about Richard, that I believed he was going to be the traitor. I did not believe that Eugene was going to be the traitor. And I'm still going off of that. I still don't think Eugene's going to be the traitor. I think he's going to be conflicted, no doubt about it. I think ultimately he's going to be signing back with Rick. But
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think Eugene is a survivor, so I think he knows when to fit in, and he clearly knows how to do it, and he's doing that with Negan. And I don't think he would betray Rick because when Negan, spoiler, threw the doctor in the fire, he looked grief-stricken. Well, like a lot of people in Negan's compound were just like, "Oh, another doctor going into the fire." Just happens like every day, and I think there's no way he could actually debunk to Negan the whole time.
You say that, but then there's the moments like the one we saw where he's at the table with grabbing everything, right? It seemed like the power was kind of corrupting a little bit.
But I don't know. I kind of just brushed it off as Eugene being Eugene,
Okay,
and just
interesting. Because he was walking away, but then he's like, you know what, no, and goes back and asserts his dominance in a way. So I think they're kind of teasing both sides here, but ultimately, I'm with you. I don't think he's going to go against Rick, but I think that's going to be a big theme this season: is where is Eugene going to go? I thought this was an interesting episode to have with Eugene, the writing definitely, and we talked about Dwight. What do you think about Negan here?
I missed the facial hair. First thing, gotta get that back. He seemed less intimidating, but there's a couple really great shots with him in the bat, and I think cinematically or visually just really enjoyed that. And at the end of the episode, when I said he killed the doctor, like you think he's not going to kill him, then he does, and like in a more deranged way than you normally would expect. And I don't hate Negan. I don't love Negan, but I enjoy Negan a lot.
Exactly. Yeah, I think the same can be said. I think because a lot of people don't like the over the top kind of antics of Negan.
Oh, I love
That's who Negan is. You know,
yeah.
you gotta enjoy that kind of that charisma that Negan has to himself. And no exception here. Every moment he was on screen, just like last season, last half of the season, it was a delight. Absolutely.
I loved it 100%. I really do. I would never want to meet him ever, ever, but I do like him a lot.
What do you think of the whole sub story they told with? We saw the whole sub story with Negan's wives that you were mentioning earlier, with saying that one of the wives, Amber, wants a drug that will essentially have her die, um, and it ultimately being a trick to try and get it to Negan. Well, what do you think of that whole subplot?
Well, he runs a dictatorship, clearly. Like he clearly and
Negan.
yeah, Negan,
Right.
and um, Amber, I believe, was the wife who wanted to do that. She doesn't like Negan, and the other two even said that they chose to be with him
Right.
in order to survive. She had no choice, and I like the subplot because it shows that not everyone is happy with Negan, who would be. They're essentially his servants, but I feel like he just inflicts so much fear that you just can't get rid of him.
Yeah, and they felt that that was the only way.
Who could have given him the drug didn't do it.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean that's another thing that kind of goes towards the is he going to be a traitor teaser that they seem to be going with as far as kind of a theme for this half of the season is Eugene. Eugene had the moment right there that he probably could have killed Negan, and especially in that sense, get revenge for the death of Abraham and Glenn, who were both close with Eugene, and Eugene passed up that moment.
Yep.
So they're definitely telling the story of will he turn savior or not, and I think it's an interesting story to tell, and we're both on the same point as to where he'll go. I'm curious to see what everyone watching thinks will happen with Eugene. Do you think many people are saying that Dwight will possibly become a Alexandrian and side with Rick's group? Do you think that at the end there we had the two traitors? Do you think we had Dwight who will possibly betray Saviors and Eugene who's possibly betraying the Alexandrians? That's something very interesting that I want to see play out. Absolutely. Would you think of Sherry in this episode, Dwight's ex-wife?
We really didn't see her.
Yeah, we didn't see her, but her presence was known.
We heard her for sure.
Yeah.
She was White's conscience, and she was saying he didn't want White to be a killer and whatnot. So I think that's why I liked Dwight, because she kind of was grounding him on some level. But I really don't have too much to say about her, just because we really didn't get to see her. Her backstory though was horrible. It's a pretty bad backstory.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. She's his conscience, and I love that as kind of a description of her right now. Do you think she'll be at Alexandria? We know she left. Where do you think she's going?
I'm not sure, actually. So I don't really know. I would think she would have to go to Alexandria or
Hilltop or Kingdom, or one of those possibly.
There's places for her to get to. I just don't know.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
That is hard for me to predict anything, just because I don't really read about it.
Right.
So.
Yeah. No, absolutely. We're just, just as viewers here, just kind of guessing, right? Where she'll kind of go. I don't know. I mean, we may never see her again. It's just interesting. I'm curious if she's going to be a traitor now, because they've played with the marketing, definitely the theme of traitor. Whether she'll be a traitor and she'll side with one of the other groups. Very, very interesting. So many questions and so many possible traitors, right? I mean, that's what we've been saying because of how the marketing has been, at least at first.
Marketing. I have to say, this show has some pretty good marketing.
Absolutely. No doubt about
it. There are just some shows on ABC, won't name it, but its marketing was once very good, and now it's very bad. So bad.
I see what you did there. It was once very good. Yeah.
Point being is, I love that AMC loves their show. They love their properties. They love to make their properties strong. And I watch The Walking Dead every Sunday because I think it's marketed so well. And it also has a really great social media fan base as well.
And
I love
as of right
stuff
now,
like.
great half of the season. I mean, past 3 episodes, very, very enjoyable.
Do you have the chat opened up by the way?
I do not.
Okay, so Austin just Art Master Austin Prophet just wrote Negan like his doctors extra crispy hashtag Kentucky Fried Doctor.
Wow.
Wow, Austin. Little dark, but funny. He also enjoyed the episode tonight too. He wrote that. He wrote that above it, but I just Kentucky Fried Doctor kind of freaked me out.
All right. Perfect. Wonderful. Everyone else watching or watching after the fact, let us know what you guys saw of this episode. Big fan of this episode. I thought we are in the right direction for this half of the season. I think 3 episodes in, very, very interesting. Right now, I think season 7 has been the best season we've had in a while. I think it's very enjoyable this season. And I think 7B so far is off to a better start than 7A was. Although 7A, I enjoyed the original premiere, and I thought the episodes were all right. But I think this half is more cohesive and more entertaining altogether.
Yeah, I'm really entertained because part of like I skipped a lot of 7A. I went back to it, but I didn't like see a need to watch it, and I like just the promo for the week from today's episode. I really want to see.
Right. Yeah. No. Absolutely. Yeah. Very, very good right now, and I'm hooked. Right.
Exactly. But awesome. Thank you, by the way, for commenting. We both appreciate it as always.
Absolutely. And like I said, everyone else watching or watching after the fact, let us know what you thought of this week's episode. Let us know. We've been talking about Trader, right? That's kind of been the theme of this half of the season because that's what they've gone off of with some of the marketing. Who do you think? Do you think there are any traders? If so, who do you think it is? Eugene, Dwight, Sherry. We were saying Richard. I think Richard will be. I think he's already proven that to a degree. Let us know what you guys think and subscribe because it takes around that much effort to do so. Until next time, you have been traumatized.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.